What's up, Nutty Buddies?
Welcome back to episode 20. That is 20 for all of you out there and all you haters that wouldn't say we made it. We made it. Chan hopes you had a good day yesterday and a good day today and a better day tomorrow. We've got some immaculate grid baseball and football today, and then we're going to go through our award predictions for the 2023 NFL season. We're only 1 week away, baby.
Almost
Thursday.
into it, Peanut.
Next Thursday, we got Chiefs, Lions. Chiefs, Lions. College football week 1 is today. We got a big matchup between Mizzou and South Dakota. I know everyone's going to be watching tonight. We got hell
MIZ.
ZOU, baby.
All right, let's get into some grid, boy.
Grid. So we baseball immaculate grid started off. We have the columns of Atlanta Braves, New York Mets, and Chicago Cubs. The rows are the Minnesota Twins, the Pittsburgh Pirates, and the Tampa Bay Rays.
I was thinking Tommy Pham for Mets Rays.
That is a good one. 9%. Not bad. 9% Tommy Pham, the Rays, and the Mets. I'm going to go ahead and take this one here. The Braves and the Pirates. I'm going to put Charlie Morton, 17%. That's
Nice. Great. What about Mets Twins Johan Santana?
This is true. I bet this one's going to be pretty.
Yeah, that's probably... Hold on.
It's okay.
Fine.
I mean, so you just got Johan Santana at 34% for the Mets and Twins. And right now we got.
We're doing good right now. We're rolling.
Morton, Tommy Pham. 6 guesses left.
Oh, Pirate Met Vogelbach. Oh, that's not bad actually. As long as we're like under 20, I'm pretty like okay. Yeah. I know what I'm doing a little bit.
Not bad. Aramis Ramirez. Yeah.
He was a Pirate, wasn't
he? Yep. Boom. Edwin Jackson. Boom. 6%.
There you go.
He must fit in somewhere else or something like that. Only 6%.
Oh, BJ Upton.
It's a goofy pick. So we are at 7 out of 9 right now. We still need the Braves Twins and the Cubs Twins.
Josh Donaldson, Twins Braves. Was he a Cub?
Fernando Rodney.
Yes.
Fuck yeah.
Rodney was both.
This is the type of guy that I. Fuck yeah.
Yes.
145, baby. Let's fucking go.
That's who I think I was thinking of with Colome.
Yeah.
Or Clome.
I don't know.
But we were on track there. We fucking both clicked it at the same time. 9%. Wow.
Hopkins is 9% there. So we did.
He's the highest at 9. What was Fernando Rodney?
I don't know if it's even gonna show up. But... Oh yeah, it will. What do I mean? Fernando Rodney was 5%. So
fuck yeah, bro.
We finish up, and our immaculate grid looks like Josh Donaldson, Johan Santana, Fernando Rodney, Charlie Morton, Daniel Vogelbach, Aramis Ramirez, BJ Upton, Tommy Pham, Edwin Jackson. We've seen every single one of these players play too. This isn't some like. This is straight off the dome. First
Hell yeah,
we've
bro.
got on the podcast.
Good job, Peanut.
Good job, Chandler. Now on to the football immaculate grid. With the columns, we got the Bears, the Colts, a 3,000-yard passing season. And then in the rows, we have the Baltimore Ravens. I almost called them the Orioles. The Seattle Seahawks and the Super Bowl champion. Or a Super Bowl champion. Yeah, so they need Super Bowl winners must have appeared in a game for the team during the Super Bowl winning season.
You want to do Joe Flacco for passing?
Yeah, we'll do Flacco.
You think?
62% Joe Flacco. We'll do this. This is Roquan Smith. Yeah, 60. Okay, so off to a good start here. I got 2.
Oh, that was dude who just got traded, right?
Yeah, like.
Okay.
For the football one, I'm not necessarily the greatest for getting great rarity scores, so I just try to get it done.
Passing. Or did Geno throw for 3,000 last year?
Yeah.
Let's do Geno.
Geno Smith, 14%. Unique and Guac.
Okay.
You like that one?
I do like that one.
Yeah.
Tom Brady for bottom right. Or Mahomes. Or who else? Rodgers. Or Rich Gannon.
You never won a Super Bowl.
Alright, that's all good. Hey, while we're fucking sending it like that, give me Devin Hester, bitch. I fucking told you. I fucking told you.
I fucked this up. I fucked this up. I was so confident in Rich Gannon. Fuck.
10% Mahomes.
Yeah, I mean, there's a billion people. I'm sure Tom Brady was one there.
Walter Payton, wasn't he Bears? All right, how old were we?
I fucking hate that.
Johnny Unitas.
Yeah, I hate that. I hate everything about that. So that's my fault. Rich Gannon, not a winner.
Do middle. Do middle. Let's see.
Oh yeah, Matt Hasselbeck.
Oh.
Let's see. Austin Blythe, Philip Dorsett, Markevius Mingo, Dwight Freeney.
Well, hey, we just did the NFL and MLB Immaculate Grids. We were perfect on the MLB and we missed one on the NFL.
We wouldn't have got
I'll
the
take
middle.
it, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, the middle was tough.
I don't think you were gonna get the middle. This Johnny Unitas pool was pretty cool. 4%, like he didn't win. Oh, he did win one. That's
I
right.
thought he did, bro. You had me second guessing.
I'm so dumb, bro. I fucked everything up this episode. That was
Not bad.
That was 95%.
Not bad at
We were
all.
thinking so hard, and it was 95%. the highest, the second highest one. Damn.
Take it. All right, Peanut. Let's get into our NFL award predictions. Predictions for the awards of the NFL and such.
Yeah, we're gonna predict.
So,
we're gonna predict the awards.
Would you like to start off with your 2023-2024 MVP?
Yes.
Or should we save that for last? How are we gonna do
we'll
this?
save the
What
last.
order?
Yeah. So you losers, if you thought we just juked you out, get wrecked. We'll save MVP for last. Let's start with the most boring one. Coach of the year. Did you do a coach of the year?
Coach of the year.
Did you do a coach of the year at all?
Yeah, I can.
Oh, you just picking off it. Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Fans using betting odds.
I mean, I
to pick
can,
his-
bro.
pick
I
his-
use my brain, bro. I'm good on the fly.
Mm-hmm. What kind of fly?
Ooh. I already know who's my coach of the year
All
is.
right. Who's your coach of the year
My coach of the year is Arthur Smith.
for the Atlanta Falcons?
I like the Falcons this year, so I'll ride with them. I do like Brian Daboll.
Mm-hmm.
I thought he should have won it last year. Sirianni got it, didn't he?
Sounds about right. But think about this: if you pick Brian Daboll, that means that the Giants did well in your division.
That is true. I do like Daboll though, and I don't think the Giants are. I mean, they're probably gonna be a mid team. They're respectable, you know.
Yeah, I think.
But yeah. Anyway, I'll go with Arthur Smith, Atlanta. I think they're gonna be really exciting. I like a lot of the pieces that they have on the offensive side of the football, like I've already said in prior episodes. But hopefully Ritter clicks. And their defense is good enough, and yeah, give me Arthur Smith for coach of the year.
Not bad.
Who you got?
So I do want to say that the favorite for this is Dan Campbell. Or the betting favorite is Dan Campbell at plus 1,000. So, just those odds alone, it's pretty difficult to pick coach of the year straight out of the gate. I'm going Zach Taylor. So he's plus 3,000 right now, FanDuel. My vote for Zach Taylor being, I think this is the year that they finally get through that hump. I like Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce, obviously, are going to be in the way at some point. Maybe Josh Allen and Stephon Diggs, or various other Aaron Rodgers and Garrett Wilson. There's plenty of teams that could end up there for the AFC. But I think this is the year that they finally put it together. Zach, earlier in his career, I believe, won it his second year in his career. The comeback year from his initial year with Joe Burrow, where they went 2-7-1 together their first year. Joe Burrow and Zach Taylor, and then next year 10-6. So I believe he won it that second.
Insert Jamar Chase.
Yes, that's what that will do. So
Yep.
I think this is the last year that they're gonna have T. Higgins. I don't think he's gonna come back. I just think they got to push the chips in right now. Their roster's going to get very expensive. They spend a lot of money on the offensive line. It's time for it to all to come together and not just an AFC Championship loss. So
Yeah, they got Higgins, and Burrow hasn't even got paid yet.
yeah, he did.
He hasn't signed no fatty yet.
Or was that Herbert that signed it? And
Herbert
yeah,
did.
Herbert signed it. Burrow was waiting for him, and then they got to pay Mixon potentially. Higgins,
Yeah, Mixon's just on a 1, right?
something like that. And then you also have Tyler Boyd, their third wide receiver, who is probably a wide receiver 2 anywhere else.
Probably a lot of defensive guys too.
Yeah.
We're not mentioning.
I don't think they're defense. They got a Chico Awuzie coming back. He didn't play at all last year for them, I don't think. Or not that much. Former Cowboy.
I dig it. I dig the Taylor prediction. He don't get a whole lot of credit neither.
No, he got hired at the same time that like the Rams won the Super Bowl and Sean McVay was like the shit. Hey, get you a Sean McVay. And Zach Taylor got hired, and then it was like, okay, did we give the keys to the wrong person? And in the second year, thanks to Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase, of course, that changed.
Yep. All right, what's next, Peanut?
Let's do the comeback player of the year and possibly the most predictable award. I think we both have the same person. I would hope. Seems pretty easy of a choice here.
Yeah. Yeah, give me Matthew Stafford.
So there's this guy who died on a football field. And he will definitely win comeback player of the year, Damar Hamlin. I'm sure everyone's heard this story. Was he dead for like 7 minutes?
Dude,
5
the odds
minutes.
are insane.
Yeah. The fact that he is minus 3,000 on an award is hilarious in its own right.
Yeah.
But he made the roster, so as long as he makes a tackle, I think that I think he'll get voted as comeback player of the year there. I mean, he's not a bad player either. Like, I feel as if he might be given the pass as being like a good player, or because that he was dead at some point. But he's very serviceable. He'll play in rotation in that safety spot for the Bills.
Yep, it's just too.
He died.
Is it too good of a story?
Yeah.
Or
I mean, it was bad at one point.
yeah, probably good of a story. Anyway, congrats to Damar Hamlin, comeback player of the year.
What about the rookies, Chan? Lots of big names on the rookie side. You went Arthur Smith for coach of the year. Does that mean you have Bijan Robinson as your offensive rookie of the year?
Offensive rookie of the year. Yeah, give me Bijan, bro.
Figures.
Give me Bijan, offensive rookie, because rookie year they pop, running backs pop, right?
That's the word on the street, is that they're better when they're younger.
So
That's running backs. That applies to not many other things in life.
they're gonna
Wander
use
Franco.
the shit out of him, right?
Yeah.
Wander. But yeah, give me Bijan for offensive rookie of the year. Who you got?
He's the favorite at plus 300. I mean, rightfully so. He should be the starting running back day one there. I've got Bryce Young. For no particular reason. I enjoy watching good football, and I think this man's going to put together a lot of good football. Saw a clip with Hayden Hurst, the tight end, new starting tight end for the Carolina Panthers, talking to CJ Uzoma. And a clip would look like from Hard Knocks practice. The first week of the preseason with the Panthers and Jets. He was talking about how Bryce Young was able to make a throw like a shortstop, moving to his left, throwing to his right, off of 1 foot, jumping, and hit like perfect down on the other side of the field.
That's good to
I've
hear.
been very encouraged about what I've been able to hear about Bryce Young. He has been called the Steph Curry of football. So we'll see. I mean, he's a great leader from what I've seen already. After every single game, he stands in front of the tunnel, high fives. and then Brian Burns comes up to him. They hug each other, and that's the way he leaves the field. Like, Brian Burns and him are the shit right now. Basically, Cam Newton and Luke Kuechly 2.0. So, I feel very good where we're at. Wide receiver room, not good, but Bryce Young, get ready for the best rookie quarterback season you've ever seen. Literally ever. Yeah.
Ooh.
I don't know who did it before that, but Bryce Young will be better. Peyton Manning had 30 interceptions. Set the record. Bryce Young won't even be close to that. He's too smart.
All right. What next?
Defensive Rookie of the Year. See, I like this one because in this draft class, I feel as if there's not necessarily one dominant defensive player. Like there's great edge rushers, obviously, in Tyree Wilson and Will Anderson. And Will Anderson being the favorite at plus 430 still. Is that what he is in FanDuel right now?
I'm on.
No.
What is this? Vegas Insider.
No. Well.
And Will Anderson's plus 350.
Okay. But Will Anderson's the favorite, just due to the amount of playing time he's going to get. He was the 3rd overall pick by the Texans after they traded up to get that pick from the Cardinals. So he's going to get a lot of playing time, a lot of run on the edge. I assume he's going to be in double-digit sacks at some point this year. All that to say, Jack Campbell, linebacker for the Lions, is my pick. Extremely smart linebacker. I think he's going to be... I'm going to compare every white linebacker to Luke Kuechly, but he seems to be like a smart, athletic, read the defense kind of guy. I don't think he's necessarily going to athletically blow you away. The man's going to make some football plays. He's all over the place. At Iowa, I'm pretty sure he led the country in tackles. I was there. I think that he will be the guy that challenges for the lead in tackles every single year while he's with the Lions. It took him at pick 25 in the first round. 15 in the first round. Either way, made him a first round pick, and people thought that they reached. He's just going to be a great player for them, in my opinion.
I like that. I'll go with Tyree Wilson.
For the Raiders?
Because he wore a badass suit draft night, and I don't know, that'll make a man fall in love with another man if he wears a badass suit like that.
True.
Plus, you got Max Crosby. Dude's gonna be worrying about more. So here comes Wilson.
Chandler Jones is
getting after the quarterback,
right?
Is he? Yeah,
I think he is. Chandler Jones. Everyone does.
I think he is for sure. Because he's the one who blew up Max.
Yeah.
in that one play last year.
He's still there. He had 4.5 sacks last year. Not amazing, but I mean, this is coming from a guy at one point had 19 and led the league with 17. So
that's a respectable ass D line, bro.
Chandler Jones, Tyree Wilson, and
Max Crosby.
So that's pretty nasty. Nasty 3-man rotation.
Yeah, give me the guy with a nice suit for defensive rookie of the year.
Hell yeah. So no CJ Stroud for either of our offensive rookie of the year. I think that would have to do a lot with their pass catchers. Would you say
weapons?
They have a lot of weapons on there.
I mean, honestly, dude, that just has so much to play in. If Bryce Young or CJ Stroud was on Cincinnati, or it's a completely different story. But Bryce Young and CJ Stroud don't got no help, receiving option.
Yes.
They don't have a lot. There's some nice pieces, but nothing crazy.
I don't think there's a single wide receiver one on either of their teams. There's no dude who you expect to go out there and grab you 5 for 80.
Right. And maybe there is that we just don't know about him yet type thing. And maybe somebody breaks out and it's like, oh, Bryce Young's got this guy that,
Yeah.
Or, oh, CJ's got this guy. And they're going to be great together for a long time. But right now, we don't know enough. Yeah, bingo.
So now we got our offensive player and defensive player of the year. This is where it gets fun because there are a lot of great football players in the league, as we know. You could go offensive player of the year. You got a lot of wide receivers that could win an award, catching from potentially an MVP quarterback. You have running backs who, in this league, I mean, Josh Jacobs ran for 1,600 yards last year, so there's no doubt that a running back could win this award. Tight ends, you got Travis Kelce, go up there and catch a lot of touchdowns, get a lot of receptions from Patrick Mahomes. There's plenty of ways to go around here. So which way are you going, Cam? Which way you got for Offensive Player of the Year?
Man, I don't want to be boring.
You want to say Jamar, don't you?
I do, because that's all I've been hearing from everything. Like, Jefferson popped last year. This is Jamar's pop year. That's what everybody's been saying.
The thing is, Jamar is pop too. It's not like Jamar is playing bad football. He's putting up elite wide receiver numbers. So him popping is significant.
Yeah, I'll probably go Jamar, I guess.
And you want to trade away Joe Burrow?
Yeah. Yeah, I do.
Weird.
Hey, this brain don't work perfect. Okay.
Are you
Sometimes it struggles.
Are you concerned with him in his groin last year at all? Like towards the end of the season, or middle of the season, I'd say he missed like 4 games or so.
No, I mean, not after having a whole off season to get that shit right.
Yeah, my worry with the Cleveland with the Cincinnati wide receivers is if Chase goes down or Higgins goes down, like obviously those are your 2 big dogs. You lose one of those guys, I think that like you're looking for a 4th wide receiver. I couldn't guess the 4th fucking wide receiver on the Bengals. Not like they have an elite top 3, but you lose one of those 2 guys. I don't know if Tyler Boyd is going to be able to produce at the level of those other guys. So
I don't know, bro. I kind of disagree with that for real. They're so deep that Higgins could step up, be the 1, or if Higgins is out, Boyd can step up and be the 2, or however it plays out. That I think they'll be just fine for real.
Those 2 guys are very important to their success.
I mean, you look at it back last year when Jamar missed those couple games, Higgins stepped up.
Yeah. I don't...
You know?
I think their wide receiver room as a whole, though, if you lose one of those 2 guys, is obviously significantly worse.
Yeah, for sure.
Boyd as your number 2, I just mentioned that he's probably wide receiver 2 on another team, but that's not necessarily the situation you want to be in whenever you're probably running.
Oh yeah, for sure.
3 wide receiver sets and trying to throw the ball 40 plus times a game with Joe Burrow. I think that they would need more depth on that back part, but that has nothing to do with Jamar, obviously.
Yeah.
My pick.
Who you got?
So he's got a new guy slinging him some footballs. He won an award last year. And last year he was a rookie. Garrett Wilson is my offensive player of the year. So
okay,
Devontae Adams was taken to another level, and Devontae Adams is very good at football, regardless. But think about the ability that. Let me just rephrase myself. I'm cutting all that. So Devontae Adams had Aaron Rodgers in Green Bay. And that was extremely successful. He leaves, and then Aaron Rodgers throwing to Christian Watson, Romeo Doubs, Allen Lazard, Marquez Valdez-Scantling was there before he went to the Chiefs. Aaron Rodgers needs his dude. Like, yes, he did well, but with those 2 years that he won MVP towards the back end of his career, 2 and 3 years ago, Devontae Adams was there, and Devontae Adams was not necessarily the reason, but Devontae Adams could go out there and have you 10 catches, 150 yards, and 2 touchdowns, and that would win you the game. Devontae Adams being a wide receiver for Aaron Rodgers was not fair. You can't have a top 5 wide receiver and a great route running wide receiver, all of that 2 combination, and the speed, the separation, the hands. You cannot give that to Aaron Rodgers because he will win MVP.
Devontae's a freak, bro.
Not to directly compare Devontae Adams and Garrett Wilson because I think they're different play styles, and Adams is a little bit bigger. But Garrett Wilson going against Sauce Gardner in practice every single day, and we saw what he was able to do last year with Joe Flacco and Mike White, Zach Wilson, and now you have Aaron Rodgers.
Yep, that is a jump.
He's at plus 2,500 right now. Favors Jamar at plus 1,100 on FanDuel. Like, give me Garrett Wilson 10 times out of 10 this year. I think that will probably put up like 1,500 plus yards this year receiving. It's gonna be nasty.
I do like that pick for sure. I do like that.
Last year he did 1,100 yards. I think he only started 12 games.
He'll go for 15.
I think 15's easy.
Yeah.
Especially, I mean, like that wide receiver room's talented, more talented than it was last year, but he's the clear number one. I don't think there's any
Yeah.
competition.
100%. They'll be getting the football in his hands.
Absolutely.
Fuck you, Austin.
So, DPOY. Last year, it was
Nick Bosa.
Nick Bosa. That is correct. Nick Bosa still without a contract in San Francisco, by the way.
That boy ain't got no monies.
He ain't got no money. Who you got, Chan? I'd assume that this is who plays for Salad.
Micah Parsons.
Micah Parsons.
DPOY.
Chandler going out on a limb here.
This year's got to be the year. Last year, he was absolutely dominant at the beginning of the season.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of cooled off a little bit. But still, like, the thing is if you want to talk about somebody who can make an impact on a game, there's no one in the NFL that could do it like Micah. You could play that dude anywhere. You know what I'm saying? So, like, even if his sack numbers aren't, like, up to some of these other dudes type shit, he's doing so much on the defensive side of the football. Like, the Cowboys defense is so much different when he's not in there.
Yeah.
Go with Micah. Hopefully you don't see the decline. I guess you could say it's a decline, but still, when he's out there, like, I think Micah wins it this year, bro. I hope he does, man.
You almost have to give him the Aaron Donald treatment at this point, and not in terms of opposing offensive. They should probably think about it because he can wreck a game like that. But in terms of his stats is how I want to think about it. Like,
right.
He's gonna get his fair share of TFLs and sacks, and be in the backfield as much as possible, and he'll drop back and get some swats and everything like that. But I think the value in him is just having him more so. Like, yes, he's going to get sacks. Just like he will get a sack. He's fast enough.
That's
strong
what,
enough,
bro.
He's gonna get back there. But
some people be talking too, like, oh, just, line him up on the line and just let him go after the quarterback over and over again. You want a guy like that taking down the quarterback consistently, but, like, having a guy like him to be able to do multiple things, that's what makes him Micah. Like, that's what makes him so special.
Yeah.
You be able to drop him back. He can do whatever he wants. you know?
I mean, everyone at all times is like, all right, where's number 11? Like, that's...
Yeah.
If he's on the line...
Honestly, all it comes down to, bro, is Dan Campbell using him the right way. Or Dan Campbell. Quinn. Using him the right way.
Yeah. I think he...
Give me Micah.
If you wanted to make him one-dimensional, I mean, he would be great, no matter what way you put him. Obviously, in coverage, we saw his rookie year. Maybe not, but hand in the dirt or on the edge, off-ball linebacker, it really doesn't matter. I would assume that you're going to get like a Hassan Reddick kind of guy if he puts his hand in the dirt, up there for the league leading sacks at like 18 or so, like somewhere around that range.
Yeah.
Like, he would do that if he just has his hand on the dirt or playing edge the entire time. But the fact that if you wanted to rush him from the inside or from a linebacker position, or drop him in a flat when he has his hand in the dirt, it's going to affect the other offense insanely, because if he's on the left side, your right tackle is going to have to think about him, your right guard, and also your running back who is potentially chipping him to block. And then, oh, by the way, he could run out to the flat, and now you have to worry about your slot receiver dying on any fucking throw to him, and Micah killing him. And it's just
he's just so fast. He's so big. He's so aggressive, bro. He'll wear anybody out. Like,
and he'll go through you, like, or around you. Like, he has very very versatile in his skill set, man. Like it. I hate that he's a Cowboy.
Yep, that pick hit. That pick hit.
So, Micah Parsons being the favorite at plus 450, I'm going TJ Watt. So, TJ Watt.
He was my second one. He was my second, but I had to go Micah.
Yeah, no, I don't blame you. So, TJ, he tied the record for most sacks in a single season with 22 and a half. Tied that with Michael Strahan. He did that in 2021. And then he got hurt last year. I think he had about 8.5 last year. So,
Bro, have you seen the Steelers' record with TJ and without TJ?
I'm sure it's
like when he's hurt and when he's healthy. It's ridiculous.
fine.
I don't know exactly what it is. I don't know if that's something we can look up or not. But, bro, it's like jaw-dropping.
Okay, so the Steelers have a record of 1-10 without JJ Watt in their lineup. Or TJ Watt, sorry. With TJ Watt, they're 59, 26, and 2.
That's crazy, isn't it? Yeah, he's a very likable dude, and he's very
Oh,
good.
he's very good at football. I mean, JJ Watt, 3-time Defensive Player of the Year, his brother, just retired from the Arizona Cardinals. Long career down at the Texans. Very successful career, obviously. The fact that TJ Watt could be better than that, because he's already got one DPOY with setting the record for sacks there, 22 and a half. It's just,
He's 28 years old.
was he the DPOY? Man? I would assume so. Yeah. So 2021, he had 7 pass deflections, 5 forced fumbles, 3 fumbles recovered, 22 and a half sacks, 21 tackles for loss, which led the league. In 2020 and 2021, TJ Watt led the league in sacks and tackles for loss.
Yeah, he's a freak, bro.
Back-to-back years.
He is a freak. That is not a bad pick at all. And plus, that Steelers defense, bro. Always.
Especially come wintertime. I think that we should value the weather a lot more with teams. Like, you think Miami's going to go up. I'm sure they've done it, but Miami going up to Buffalo or New York in the snow, Miami has no chance.
Yeah. I wouldn't say no chance, but their chances are a lot worse.
Like, you take, let's see, we go from the LA Rams, and you're like, all right, let's go play in New York in the middle of the summer or the middle of the winter. Like, from a team that goes from playing in the dome or comes from like a warm environment going to a cold stadium, I really think, like outdoor stadium especially.
a lot worse chance to do anything when it's cold if you're Miami.
Imagine playing in cold weather and getting hit by TJ Watt. That's not fun.
Imagine being cold weather and getting hit.
Imagine being in cold
In
weather.
general.
Not me. Okay, the big
All right, let's
kahuna.
do the MVP.
This is, I got the most written down for this. So, I feel good
Okay.
about this. So
Do you wanna start it?
So you already know where I'm going, because you have to poke and prod and ask questions off camera. So Joe Burrow plus 700. That's my pick to win MVP right now. Mahomes is plus 600. I think Joe's second.
Bro's the favorite
Burrow's the favorite on that website.
from what I'm looking at.
When I looked,
Says he's plus 600. Mahomes 650.
oh damn. Either way. So not a very surprising pick, but so let me tell you how Joe Burrow has done in his career here. So as I mentioned before, year 1, 2-7-1, 65% completion rate, 2.7K yards, 13-5 touchdown interception ratio, 142 yards on the ground, 3 touchdowns. So not good, obviously. Very, very small sample size at only 10 games. So then he comes in year 2. he goes 10-6, 70% completion rate. Takes that step up. 4.6 thousand yards, 34 to 14 touchdown interception ratio, 118 yards on the ground, 2 touchdowns. So in total, about 36 touchdowns. Last year, they go 12-4, so their best record to date, improving on 2-7-1 to 10-6 to 12-4. This year, or last year, 68% completion rate, so right in line for year 2. 4.5K yards, just under that amount. 35 touchdowns, 12 interceptions. 1 more touchdown, 2 less interceptions. And then rushing, he doubled his rushing yards essentially, for going from 120 to or 118 to 257, and then 5 touchdowns on the ground. So in total, this man had 40 touchdowns last year. And the statistics wise, he's not necessarily getting better throwing the ball. I mean, like 70% to 68% completion rate. So he's in the high 60s in terms of completion,
which is great. Yeah. I mean, that's
last year. Geno Smith led the league with 70%. Yeah. So the man is top tier, precise in terms of where he's able to place the ball. His deep ball, amazing. He can throw anything. And
he floats it, bro. He floats that motherfucker.
He's just beautiful.
You know what I'm saying? Like when I watch Russell Wilson throw the deep ball, he gets like some power behind it and really like Burrow just dropping it in, bro. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, he obviously can make any throw from anywhere, but
yeah, he's so good.
And then I want to bring the attention to, so they have a tough division, obviously. Like there are a lot of good teams, a lot of good defenses. But if I list off offensive units for you to compare, I want you to tell me who's the best out of this. And this is more so for the winning the game's sake, and not necessarily defenses. But so you have Burrow, Chase, Higgins, and Mixon, all arguably top 10 players at their position. I mean, Higgins not necessarily, but he's a top 10, if not the number 1 wide receiver 2 in the entire NFL. Then you have Pickett, Johnson and Pickens, and Najee. Very mid. I mean, George Pickens has the chance to be great. Pickett last year, rookie, could excel this year. Najee hasn't done very well, but considered a bell cow back. So very mid. Lamar, OBJ, Mark Andrews, and then Dobbins. I think it's a step up from the Steelers. Obviously, Lamar Jackson helping that a lot. OBJ is a lot older, probably not going to play a full 17 games. Zay Flowers is a rookie, so if he takes that spot, like, that'll be awesome. But I'm not expecting him to have over 1,000 yards or be as that impactful. Mark Andrews is fading into oblivion somehow, and J.K. Dobbins is hurt all the time, although has good potential. Now we look at Deshaun Watson, Amari Cooper, David Njoku, and Nick Chubb. I think Nick Chubb, obviously the best running back in football. You have Amari Cooper, very underrated. David Njoku, very athletic. Deshaun Watson likes to touch people. So there's a good mix down there. I think that clearly, like without a doubt, the Bengals are the best in this division in terms of offensive units. Their offensive line is probably the best in the division as well. Maybe battled or rivaled by the Browns. Maybe. I just think that there's too much talent and too much going for Joe Burrow this year for him to finally take that next step, get over the 5,000 passing yard mark. I mean, Patrick Mahomes at one point was carrying his team with 51 touchdowns thrown in the season. I don't think that's out of the question for Joe Burrow, especially if you get a full season of Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, and Tyler Boyd.
Those are all really good points. I think you might be sleeping on the Ravens a little bit. But I do think that the Cincinnati's offensive group is the best in that division for sure. I think the Ravens are going to be very, very good this year, bro.
I love Odell. I don't know if Odell would be the wide receiver 3 on the Bengals.
Yeah.
I mean, he'd obviously have a more specialized look in the offense because he's Odell Beckham Jr.
But it's kind of different, bro. Like, because, you know, like, obviously Higgins and Chase are like some like superstars, like already established ones. Odell at a very different part of his career. But you got Flowers and Bateman who got the upside that could take off this year. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And Odell's a very solid guy to have in that wide receiving core. So, and plus Lamar's just so dynamic with one of the best tight ends in the league. Like, I think you might be sleeping on Baltimore a little bit. I wouldn't be surprised if Baltimore won that division. And I don't know, one of them wide receivers pop, bro. We'll see.
I also had Mark Andrews in 2 of my fantasy leagues last year, and I hate him. So.
But I do like that pick with Joe, man. You bring up a lot of good points.
Yeah. So what do you got, boss? Your MVP of the National Football League in 2023 to 2024 is
my guy, Justin Herbert. We talked about this today, so it's kind of funny. I just think Herbert. Okay, I've always liked Herbert. He throws the piss out of the football. You know how we was just talking about how Burrow be lobbing him type shit? Herbert don't do that, bro. Herbert throws darts. But he ended up having a pretty good year last year. Chargers went, 10? I got it pulled up. 10-7. He was also 68% completion percentage. He only threw 25 touchdowns. But he got that rib injury, and that held him back.
That's true.
You remember when he got them ribs messed up? So this year, you got going into the season healthy, hopefully. Keenan Allen, you got Eckler, you got Mike Williams. What's the rookie that they got? What's his name again? Johnson.
With a T in there,
Johnston. Like, a lot of very they're playmakers, bro. You know, Eckler, get his ass in the end zone. Eckler will make some fucking catches out of the backfield. He will run the football. Herbert's pretty good on his legs too. Herbert will throw the piss out of the football and get the, you know, you got 3 dudes like that lining up on the outside. And not even to mention Palmer, bro, which Palmer stepped up a lot last year in situations where he needed to. He's probably not going to play a whole lot this year because they're so deep. But, like, you know, if one of them guys do go down, like, you know, Palmer can get in there and make it happen too. And you got Cowboys old OC there now. That's going to be...
You think that'll make him better?
You know, if... Oh, for sure, bro. You?
I mean, I liked what Kellen Moore did with the Cowboys. I think it was more so game management that led to the downfall of Kellen Moore, and that's not his fault. That's Mike McCarthy,
right?
Potentially Dak Prescott, however you want to look at it. I don't know. I would expect an up year for Justin Herbert this year, especially with like the depth they added to wide receivers you mentioned. Their tight ends, I don't think are great, but Gerald Everett and like Trey McKitty, like. It's not bad. They're pretty athletic. They're a lot.
Yeah.
When I think of the Chargers, I'm like, all right, there's 4 spread out wide. If not, like, one of them is a tight end, Gerald Everett being that because he's kind of in the middle. And then you have Austin Eckler in the backfield. And it's like, all right, we're running shotgun 4 wide and like just beat us. Like,
exactly. But Herbert's looking for somebody deep. If you don't see shit, check down to Eckler.
Yeah.
That's it.
They have a very like a potentially explosive offense now, especially because you can throw a ball up on the outside single coverage. If you have single coverage on Keenan Allen, he's probably open because he's one of the best route runners in football. 2, you have Mike Williams who will jump over anyone, and you have Quentin Johnson who will jump over anyone. So very good weapons to have.
Yeah, I'm not going to go as far to say that I think they're going to win the division, but I honestly wouldn't be surprised if that does happen.
You think he's going
to
lose the division and win the MVP?
Potentially.
That'd be pretty impressive, honestly.
I guess that's a good point, bro. Probably not. They're going to win the fucking division. No, I don't know.
I mean, they could.
You think that could happen? Has that ever happened?
I don't know. I don't even know if I could look that up.
MVP who didn't win their division? That's a good point. Well, now I gotta root for the Chargers to win the fucking division.
So,
are the Chiefs a wild card this year?
26 MVPs have advanced to the Super Bowl, but lost more than they've won. 15 losses, 11 wins. I don't know when this is from. 9 lost in the conference championship, 13 in the divisional round, and 3 lost in the wild card. So there have only been 2 MVPs ever that have missed the playoffs and won the MVP. Johnny Unitas and OJ Simpson.
Wow. You think Justin Herbert could be added to that list?
I mean, he could. I don't think.
Their defense is going to have to be shit.
But
right?
The thing is that...
Because that's going to mean buku numbers for Herbert and them still lose somehow.
Okay. The thing is...
Right?
I understand, you were saying their defense, has to be shit if they're not going to win the division and Herbert wins MVP, that kind of thing. But you tell me how a defense with Joey Bosa, Khalil Mack, Derwin James, J.C. Jackson, and a bunch of other people I don't know. Do you think that those 4 guys specifically, if you have a defense with those 4 guys, there's 7 other people you have to figure out on the defense. You can find 7 people to stand there because those 4 guys are fucking disgusting. Your edges are taken care of. Your 2 safety spots, or your safety spot and your number 1 corner, you don't have to worry about those. They're gross.
All right, so are you telling me that I think the Chargers are going to win the division?
I'm convincing myself. I like them. I like that pick.
Yeah, me too. They always just get fucking hurt, bro. They're so exciting, and then they get hurt.
Brandon Staley blows the largest lead in playoff history.
Yeah. Yeah, give me Herbert, MVP. Let's move on to our Super Bowl picks.
Oh, yeah. I didn't even...
That's last to finish up episode 20 right before we get into football season.
Fuck. Can't remember if I made a prediction already or not.
For a Super Bowl?
Yeah, within our
group chat or anything?
Just in general. Do you have yours?
Yes, sir.
Go ahead and do yours. I didn't even write mine down.
All right. So,
the 2023 Super Bowl matchup from Michael Chandler Dix.
I've convinced myself that the Baltimore Ravens
that's why you were
are going to be ridiculous this year.
That's why you're on me
so,
with that.
I'm taking them, I don't know, man, just to have a magical year. Hopefully, they stay healthy. Lamar, more importantly than anyone. He's got his money. So, maybe he's, they said towards the end of the season last year, there is speculation? Is that the right word?
Speculation.
Speculation.
That, skeptic.
He was
skeptic and speculate.
All right, so there was speculation that he was sitting out because he didn't have no money and he was trying to do what was best for him and he wasn't actually hurt. Well, that's going to be out the way. He got a fucking lot of money now. And he got the receiving core that
improved.
They didn't have. It's much improved. The defense was really good last year. You got the head coach there. Very well-respected head coach. The Ravens always play good football.
You have the greatest kicker of all time.
Greatest kicker of all time. They just got they got a lot that I like. They have a new OC as well. What's his name?
They got rid of Greg Roman. I can't remember his name, but he with the Chiefs or at some point they brought in a pass first offensive coordinator essentially.
Yeah.
So the wide receivers on the team are going to see a step up this year, that's for sure.
Yeah, I'm really excited to watch Baltimore play this year. They're going to be on my TV every game that they're playing, just because they got a lot of exciting dudes. And Lamar's so sick. So yeah, give me Baltimore versus the Dallas Cowboys. This is the year for Dak, bro. And if it's not, we'll see. But I do think this is the year. We just had our MVP predictions. Give me Dak 2, if that means anything. He's gonna finish second MVP, behind Herbert. But this is the year the Cowboys get it all, put it all together. Dak comes through in the big games and the playoffs this year. He's going to be good in the regular season. He always is. The picks ain't going to happen again. Defense is probably the best defense in the league, if not top 5 easy. Hopefully Pollard stays healthy. That kind of concerns me. We lost to the Niners in that game. Pollard got hurt. We had CD and Gallup was not 100% last year as our receiving core. Bringing in Cooks, Gallup, CD, much improved. It's going to be nice. And Stephon Gilmore on the defensive side as the addition. Gilmore with Diggs. What are you going to do with that? You ain't going to do shit. So
I like it.
So yeah, give me the Cowboys, bro. Dak, play good in the playoffs, please.
So
who you got?
This is off the dome here, and I'm gonna be called stupid by you, and you're gonna laugh at me real quick. So from the AFC, I will follow up, and Joe Burrow, I think that he's just going to keep going. Zach Taylor, I have as coaches of the year. So it was kind of telling that I think the Bengals are going to have a great year this year. So I got the Bengals for the AFC side. And the NFC side, so you've got Cowboys. I think the Eagles could obviously do it again. They did it last year. And their defense, their defense lost a lot of pieces, but they've added a lot of young pieces. And they're pretty.
It's really just the 3 from the NFC, right?
Who's your 3?
Eagles, Cowboys, Niners. That's it. Who else is in the NFC that you think could do it?
Weird. You just put the Cowboys in that conversation. But my thought initially is, so you got the Eagles and you have the 49ers. Okay. So the 49ers finally have their quarterback settled, Brock Purdy. And you think that I would go for them? Give me the Minnesota Vikings. Kirk Cousins is going to pull it out this year. Their offense was fantastic. Their defense obviously needs to pick it up. They bring in Brian Flores. I thought they brought in Brian Flores to be their DC.
I think that's right. Yeah, because he was in Pittsburgh last year, and you're right. Flores is there.
Got a new DC. Their head coach is an offensive mastermind. They have a very good offense. You add Jordan Addison, who I think could be a baby Jay Jettis for them. Not necessarily in the terms of them both going for 10 for 100 every game, but in the terms of getting separation and the ability, Jordan Addison is going to be very good for them. TJ Hawkinson just got paid $1,000 bajillion dollars to play tight end. He's now the highest paid tight end in the NFL.
Wild. Nice hair, TJ.
Yeah, for real. A nice flow. I think I'm bigger on the Vikings than a lot of people. I've talked about it in older podcasts. They were the worst 10-0 team of all time in consideration of their score differential. I would expect their defense takes a bump up here this year. But I do think that the division is pretty weak. You get to the Packers, you don't have Aaron Rodgers anymore. Jordan Love could be good. I don't think that they take that step. I don't think that team is all that great. Outside of it, Jordan Love, I don't think Jordan Love is all that great either. But.
I like your AFC pick, Peanut. I like your AFC pick.
Vikings, Bengals. I think that'd be pretty interesting too. You got Justin Jefferson.
You think the Vikings are going to be that good again this year?
They were this good last year. 13-4 or whatever the fuck they went.
The same team that got bounced by the Giants in the playoffs. You think they're going to go to the Super Bowl?
They're going to go to the Super Bowl. I write it down. See, this is also kind of selfish too, in a way, because my sister-in-law's brother is actually a trainer for the Vikings.
Oh, really? That's pretty cool.
So I would like for them to win because I can see a Super Bowl ring anytime he's over at a family event or anything like that. So,
Hell yeah.
but yeah, Vikings Bengals.
Vikings Bengals. I like the AFC pick. I do.
Fuck you.
Give me a sleeper. Give me one that could happen, but no. Give me a
like
sleeper
Super Bowl
one.
pick for
Unlikely one.
an unlikely one to happen here. So
Yeah. Give me one that's like you would give a 1% chance of happening.
all right, so like let me think of my AFC. See, I'm looking up in the AFC North, and I think that AFC North is amazing. Do you think any one of those teams could win it? I don't think the Browns could.
I think the Ravens could. I think the Bengals could. In a crazy fucked up world, the
That's what I'm
Steelers
saying.
could.
Like I think
Yeah.
My thought is so shout out the Dixes. My thought is Cowboys Steelers.
Cowboys Steelers.
It won't happen, but it would be cool.
That would be nuts,
You got
bro.
two of the older franchises in the league, and then you get to talk shit to your dad. TJ Watt versus Micah Parsons.
Jesus.
I mean that saying that Kenny Pickett is going to be in the Super Bowl means that he takes a step up and is like potentially top 15, top 10 quarterback in the league. So then at that point you got Kenny Pickett versus Dak, both guys who can fucking sling the rock. Kenny Pickett maybe hasn't had the game management skills or the
Dude, do
decision.
you know how much a disaster for the NFL that would be if the Steelers, bro, Pickett, Lawrence, Mahomes, Burrow, Herbert, Lamar, who else is in the AFC? This is all AFC. This is all AFC. That's 6. All
Aaron
AFC.
Rodgers.
Rodgers. Josh Allen. Dude, that's like, I mean, you had Kenny Pickett in there? Jesus.
I need him. I need him to sling it out there. I think he's got it.
There's just no quarterbacks in the NFC, bro.
Bryce Young.
You got Kenny Pickett.
Bryce Young, Jalen Hurts.
But that would be fucking crazy, dude. My 1 in a million pick would be, give me the Chargers against who's a sneaky NFC team. They all suck besides the Cowboys.
I was thinking about it, bro. They're bad. NFC is bad. You go to the NFC South, not a good football team there. Like the Saints and the Panthers, I think are the best two teams there. You like the Falcons. The Bucks are not good. We'll go ahead and say that. The Bucks are terrible. But none of those teams are competing for a Super Bowl this year. Maybe the Saints, if any. But no. You have the NFC East, and you got like Cowboys, Eagles could probably participate in the Super Bowl if they wanted to. And the Giants, I mean, made it to the playoffs last year. The Commanders.
Give me Chargers Bears. Chargers Bears. That would be a fire Super Bowl.
Chandler.
Herbert slinging it all over the place and Fields running it all over the place. Yeah.
Chandler.
What?
How many games did the Chicago Bears win last year?
2.
It
was 2.
Yeah. No, I don't see that jump from Justin Fields, but
Hey, Chicago uphill.
it could be. I mean, you only way down from 2 is 1 and 0, so like, you fucking better hope.
Yeah, Chicago trending up. Trust me.
I'm so glad that whenever I turn on like public TV, like live TV now, it's not a Bears game, because you know how fucking often.
Bro, speaking of that, this is a random ass thing that just made me think of it. Did you see Harrison Bader just got released from the Yankees?
Yeah, they put him on waivers and the.
Did you see how he found out? Out? He was in the clubhouse making like a bowl of cereal or something in the kitchen area of the facility. Sports Center was up on the TV. Harrison Bader released from
claimed by the
put on waivers. Nobody told him. He was literally like got done hitting batting practice or something, I'm sure. in the clubhouse making a bowl of cereal or fucking doing something in the kitchen. He's looking up at the TV. Oh.
How do you not?
Is that not crazy?
Like, how do you do business and not? You're not doing business with money. You're doing business with people. At that point,
Right.
like, okay, we're going to let Harrison Bader be out there for anybody to just take off of our hands. Like, hey, Harrison, we're doing this. Oh, okay, thank you. That would give me the
the
potential.
No heads up, apparently.
Give me the potential to go play for a playoff team, and the Reds might be in the playoffs. So that's wild.
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't.
All right, man. I think that was a pretty damn good episode. You ready to wrap it up?
Hell yeah. So,
one last question before we wrap it up. So our next episode that we release,
21.
21, our fantasy matchup will be over, right?
No, it'll just be before it started.
Okay. Well, final prediction for who wins in our week 1 matchup against each other.
Me.
Go. Okay.
What do you think? Who do you think wins?
I think you have a really good team,
Shut the
and
fuck up.
it'll be a good matchup, and I think you're gonna win too.
You just made me think about it. Did you see the Jimmy G interview?
No, I did not.
Someone.
Oh yes, I did.
Someone
I
was
did.
like, so what do you think, or how do you think that they've done handling that situation? What
He was like, "How do you think they've done?"
He said, "I think it's messy to put it lightly or nicely." Or he's like, "Yeah, it's messy."
I did see that.
Fuck yeah.
But, all right, yeah. I think that's a good way to enter the fantasy week, is to stay humble, and that's what I'm doing. I think you're gonna win it, and I think it's gonna be a hell of a battle. But I do think your team is gonna trump mine.
I appreciate that. It takes a big man to mention that. We're also not going to mention that you're projected 10 points higher than me. We're not going to say that.
It's more than 10.
It's like 10 and a half.
No, it's more.
Let's go look at it right now.
It's like 13, I think.
Oh, fuck.
But
It's
anyway, you're gonna
13.25. This means
you're gonna win, bro. I believe in you.
Bryce Young's going for 50 the first game.
But yeah, I think that's a wrap, man.
Yeah. Thank you for watching and listening. If you made it this far, like, subscribe, comment, send it to your mom, do whatever you want.
Follow
We got
and
the
share.
NFL season coming up.
and-
We're about to be freaking steaming. Every single week we come on here on Tuesdays. We'll start recording on Tuesdays, posting on Thursdays, and then it'll just be like, did you fucking see what the fuck just happened? Oh my god. And we'll talk about our fantasy team.
Yeah, big
Football.
things coming, bro. I'm so excited.
It's beginning to look a lot like football. All right. Catch you later.
All right, peace.